All right. So, okay. All right, awesome. Okay, so I said, welcome once again. Different people have different businesses here, and some more people are supposed to come in. I think we're about 50 or 48. So I wanted to congratulate you all for making the decision to decide to be on this 2022 business plan. If you have not seen me before, let me just put on my camera so that you can also see me. I'm in my home. I don't know if you can see me. Right. Okay. So that you know you're dealing with a real person. I'm hearing somebody's voice. Okay, anyway, let's go on. So the thing about getting your goals and your targets, let us assume that you have, just for assumption's sake, that you want to make 10 million by the end of the month. Sorry, by the end of the year. I'm just assuming. The mathematical element to it is that you're trying to make almost 1 million every month to be able to make 10 million at the end of the year. If you wanted to make 12 million at the end of the year, you are making nothing less than 1 million a month to make 12 million at the end of the year. And so if you go to your goal and say, this is what I'm trying to achieve, 12 million this year, then you break it down and say every month I will have to make 1 million to make that 12 million at the end of the year. Then you will now ask yourself, what will it take to achieve that 1 million in a month? Such that if I'm measuring myself and I'm making 1 million every month, I will know at the end of the year I'm making 12 million. If I wanted to make 24 million at the end of the year, means I have to make 2 million every month. Some months I may not hit that 2 million, but I know that I have to make it up in another month to be able to hit the goal for 24 million. So you already know how to strategize. So right now, as you're sitting down in your seat, I want you to begin to think about what your goal in terms of figures is going to be for the year 2022. For the year 2022. I don't want you to think about the challenges that you have or how complex it was at that time to solve it this last year. We'll come to how to solve it. But for now, let's talk about how to hit your goals. And to hit your goals, you must have a goal first. It's important that you have a goal. Many people go through life without having a goal. And so any wind that blows them is where they go. If you don't plan your life, somebody else will plan it. If you're not living a purposeful life, you end up living somebody else's own purpose for you. So you must have a goal in life, a goal for your business. Now, your life is more than beyond just your business, but your life has different sections. And each section, sometimes when it is down, it affects the other side. And so in going into the year 2022, I would advise that you think about your life as a whole, your spiritual life, your financial life, your physical health life, your network, like community network life, your professional life, your family life, right? As you begin to say, okay, I need to have a goal. What's my goal? And then how am I going to break it into chunks throughout the year to make sure that I'm able to achieve it, right? So that's the first thing Then when you are able to break it down, so if you are planning to make 50 million or 100 million or 120 million by the end of next year, 2022, you already know, right? If it's 120 million, you already know you need to be making 10 million every month. And if you fail on any month, you know you're already falling short of your goal. So that's the first thing I want you to get. You're able to track yourself based on some level of, milestones or measurements. Okay. The next thing is, many people say, I want that goal. Maybe I want 10 million by the end of the month or 20 million by the end of the month, but I do not have what it takes. I don't have the financial power to do it. But the mistake people make is that it is not dependent many times on your bank account. The power of leverage allows you to achieve things that you ordinarily would not have achieved. The question is, have you looked at who around you can leverage to get that thing that you want? For example, you're a fashion designer and you need some certain kind of machinery to be able to produce at a certain extent. Have you considered your whole network, from your church to your school to loved ones to uncles, different people, and people they know, and even maybe people those ones also know? That is 3 levels down. There's a saying out in the world that you are 6 people away from anybody you want to meet in the world, if you know how to connect yourself. So usually, things that are standing in our way, we can achieve if we're able to leverage people around us, use the connections we have, alliances we have, partnerships, stakeholders, distribution channels. Somebody else may have the machine that you want to use. I'm just using it as an example because somebody said they're a fashion designer. Somebody else may have the machine that you want to use, and you may not be able to use it, but perhaps you may be able to rent it for the time being. Or you may come into a partnership that, hey, look, if I have so clients, I will send them to you, we will share the commission. Or anytime I use your machine, I will pay you so amount. Can I use it maybe in the night while you use it in the day? Or whatever the scenario is. The thing is that you didn't have to invest the money at the beginning to get that thing that you wanted, yet you're able to get it. So I want you to think, remove your mind from I don't have the money to achieve that thing, to begin to think, who has got the money that I need to be able to achieve that goal that I want? Or who has that thing that I need, even though I don't have it? And can I be able to use it in some way? The worst thing they're going to tell you is no. Then move on to somebody else. Or better still, you insist or try to make them see why your offer should not be turned down. Right? So other people are joining us. So it's important to do the math well. Like I said, so by the end of the year, if you're targeting 120 million, you should know that in January, you should be making 10 million. And in February, you should make 10 million. In March, you should make 10 million, and all the way down to December. So the question now you should be asking yourself is, in the month, for every month, if I'm going to make 10 million, I'm just using it as an example. If you're going to make 10 million, what vehicles are you going to use? Or what products or services are you going to use to make that 10 million? If I am selling biscuits and I don't have enough customers, or I don't have the kind of volume of money, I know I'll not be able to hit that 10 million. I'm saying this for you to realize that if your target is 10 million, you need to have the right vehicle to take you to that 10 million per month. It's very easy for somebody who sells real estate, to believe that he can hit 10 million in a month if he's able to do the right ginger to market his products, his houses and lands and whatnot. So what I'm saying is that whatever you are targeting, your product should be able to be the right vehicle. So it's able for you to look at your product and say, can this product get me there? If the product is 50,000 naira, maybe you have different price points. You have 200,000 naira price points. You have 50,000 naira price points. With 200,000 naira, how many clients do I need to make 10 million a month? That's if that's your target. If it's 1 million that's your target for a month, you know you just need five people as your customers to make that money. If it's 2 million, you need 10 million as your customers. So now what you'll be targeting, even though you are doing the small businesses, you'll be targeting how to market your 200,000 naira package. Because if you have 20,000 naira package and you have 200,000, you may be getting people in your 20,000. But if you don't have enough, you may not be able to hit that your 200,000. But one customer that comes in covers the 200,000. So there's the bread and butter, and then there's the target. You just need 5 customers to make 1 million. You understand? So you just have to know how to do the math. There's math in goal setting. You have to know what is my goal, and then what are the things, prerequisites that will lead to my goal. And then you must be able to measure it. So I also want to say it this way. If you plan for that from January, you start making 1 million, and in January, you didn't make your 1 million. So let's assume that you want to make 12 million by the end of the year, right? 12 million. And then by the end of January, you didn't make any money. That leaves us 11 months. That means your calculation should be different now. Instead of, let me bring out my calculator. Instead of targeting 1 million a month now, because you didn't make it in the month of January, you now have to divide the 12 million by 11 months to know how much you're supposed to be making monthly. That's the only way you can hit your new year. This month I want to, you understand? You will not hit your goal. What's the calculation now? If you wanted to hit 12 million divided by 11 months, that will mean that you'll be targeting for the next month 1,090,000. If you miss that month, then you will be dividing 12 million by 10 months. Are you getting? I hope you are getting my idea. That means you need to make 1.2 million that month. So no matter how the months are moving, you know how to be planning and targeting. So if you didn't make it in January, you recalibrate your calculation and say, that means I need to be making this amount now every month. So if it is, let's go back to our scenario of 1 million a month. If it's 1 million a month, 1 million a month means you need to be making 250,000 a week. More people are coming in. Means you need to be making 250,000 naira a week. 250,000 multiplied by 4. So the question is, can you make 250,000 naira a month? Sorry, a week. What is the vehicle that is going to get you there? I trust I'm communicating, right? What is the vehicle that is going to get you there? Now let's switch gears a bit. Usually in marketing, and it's important that one knows how to do that. Usually in marketing, you must have a program or a system that is constantly making people aware of your product or your service. Don't just believe they will come. You have to have a way of reaching out. And as you reach out, the number you reach out to will determine how much sales you make. Some people are so good that every 10 people they talk to about their business, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 people will do business with them. So they have a ratio of every 10, 3 people buy. No matter what the business is. Some people is every 20, 1 person buys. You need to know what your own ratios are. That if so amount of people see my products, so amount converts. Some people, out of every 100 people, 10 people convert and do business with them. So if they wanted 100 people as clients, that means they need to what? Talk to how many people? 1,000 people. So then you can sit down there and begin to calculate how much it will take to achieve your goals for the year. If there's a ratio, a conversion ratio, that everybody who I talk to about my business, or who sees my advert, or who hears about my offer, every time like 10 or 20 people hear about it, maybe 2 people convert or 3 people convert. So once you know your numbers, you can instantly know, okay, here's what I need to do. To be able to hit 50 clients, I need to talk to maybe 1,000 people, or I need to talk to 2,000 people, or I need to talk to 3,000 people. And if you say, how can I talk to 3,000 people? Then you begin to become creative. Okay, do I do it on Facebook? Or who has WhatsApp? Who has WhatsApp contacts that is up to? Or who has Telegram contacts that is up to? Maybe because they are some of your friends who may have Telegram contacts that have 2,000 people, 3,000 people. You reach out to them. Oh, can I? You understand? They may not even be your friends, but you tell them, okay, I have this offer. If I can share it with your group, I'm ready to share so profit with you. What are you trying to do? You are trying to hit your numbers. So why it should have been difficult for you alone to now talk to 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 people? Some people have already gathered them in their WhatsApp groups, in their Telegram groups, in their Facebook groups, and it's just for you to now approach those people to be able to hit your numbers for your 2022-year plan. And then it's very important that even if you don't have money, like I said before, always leverage other people's money, other people's time, other people's technology, other people's staff. You just have to be smart. Just have to find a way. Because if you don't have the money, you must have the connections. If you don't have the connections, create the connections, because it is possible. And then it's important you measure. Say, I give an example of the measurements. If you tried 1 million, if you're saying 1 million every month, and you didn't get anything in January, just know that is 1 million, is 1,090,000 next month. If you didn't get it in that second month, you know it's 1.2 million. And so you know how to calculate as you are doing your own dashboard or your own, calculation in your home, you know how to calculate it for yourself. Okay, let's move on. I think the point has been made here. So there are 3 ways to grow your business in 2022. Forget about the words that are not in bold, because I just used a sample PowerPoint. But the main thing I want you to see is there are 3 things you need to grow, 3 ways to grow your business in 2022. One is to increase the clients or customers that you have. The second way is to increase the size of your average transactions. That means when you usually used to sell 5 naira, you are looking for now how to sell the product 7 naira or 10 naira, such that people will still rush it and not say, your price has gone up, we don't want. No. And then the third way is to increase the frequency of transactions. That is, that your customer keeps on coming back. Some people will say, their product is just one-off, they just sell. Then you can collaborate with somebody that sells something complementary to your product, so that when you sell your product, you can also market that person's own product and make a commission off of it. The idea is to make sure that your customer comes back for one thing or the other. So 3 ways to grow your business in 2022. Increase the clients or customers that you have. How do you do that? There are different ways to do that. I won't be talking about that today. Maybe let me just mention 1 or 2. One of which is, they call it risk reversals. So risk reversals is the ability to sell with guarantee. The ability to sell with guarantee. Increase the quality of your product, increase the experience of your product, sometimes some people even reduce their price to almost cost price. Why? They are trying to get customer. When they get the customer, they may have other products that they will sell them that will give them profit. So they didn't make profit on the initial sale, but they know where they will make profit on. So the 3 ways to grow your business in 2022: increase your clients or your customers, increase the size of the average transaction, find a way to sell more per sale. Usually when you come to a fast food, you want to buy something. Maybe you want to buy meat pie. You only want to buy meat pie, that's what you came for. When you get there, they'll not ask you, should they give you Coke? What are they trying to do? They're trying to increase the size of the transaction that you're about to make. So where you plan to spend maybe only 500 naira, now they're trying to push you to spend 600 or 700 naira. At least that's what they're supposed to be doing. So you should be thinking about how are you going to do that in your business. If you saw, like that fashion designer that said she was a fashion designer, if you sell this, what else can you add, in addition to that product that can make the person spend a little bit more than they plan to? Think about it for the year 2022. Next, you need clarity on your marketing strategy. What is your 1-year plan? And better still, we can even break that 1 year into 4 months. What is your Q1 plan? In the next 3 or 4 months, what's our plan? What is the goal? What are we trying to achieve by the end of this year? Sorry, by the end of this quarter, the next quarter that's coming, the first quarter in 2022. What can we achieve there? So that at the end of the quarter, we can review. And if we made any mistakes, we re-strategize and launch off. You must have a unique selling proposition. What do I mean? That thing that makes you different from your competition. All of you can be selling clothes. Sometimes that you deliver on time can be the difference. Sorry, I'm picking on that fashion designer. But all of you may have a community of people who are sewing clothes like you, fashion designers like you. But yours may be that everybody knows that if you say come on Tuesday to color your clothes, that Tuesday the cloth will be ready and there will not be story. It will surprise you that people will start traveling from different parts of Lagos to come to you just because they know you will deliver on time. So you need to find out what your unique selling proposition is. What makes you unique? You can use time, that is speed of execution, to make yourself unique. You can use who you are targeting. So, okay, I'm only for students, or I'm only for senators. So whatever that thing is, what makes you unique can make you more money. Because when you define your market, then it's only that market that will be coming to you, and there's a tendency that they spend more with you. Right? What's your proven process of marketing? Everybody just, what you find nowadays, people just open a store, put their products, and hope somebody comes there. But you should have a process. What is your process? Because that's what's going to make you look more professional. In the interest of time, I won't be hitting some of these points that I'm seeing here, but maybe let me just touch one of them. You must have a referral system. When I say referral system, it's not that you did something for, maybe you sold a cloth for somebody, and somebody asks him and say, there's this tailor that sews for me. I will send you to them. That's fine. But what if nobody asks that person? That means you will not get any customer. No. You must be able to execute your business in such a way that referral, customers are coming whether you like it or not. They're just coming. They're just coming. So my question to you for the year 2022 is, what is my referral system? What is the way that customers will be coming on a steady stream without me having to, force it. One way to do that is to connect yourself to somebody that sells to your kind of clients. Because different people sell to our customers, our clients. So how can you connect yourself such that that one will be referring business to you? It's a way. I know that when the right question is asked, usually the right answer appears. So it's important to give you the right questions as you approach the year 2022. Ask yourself, what's my 1-year plan? Ask myself, how am I different from my neighbor who is selling the same things? How can I differentiate myself? Sometimes it's the respect, the experience that we give our customers that will make our customer leave other people that are selling the same product and come and meet us, because they know that we will not insult them, that we will treat them with respect. So all these things matter. Think about your 2022, your 2022. Now, I also want to encourage you to focus. In this, our business world, there are so many things that are distracting. But you need to learn how to starve your distractions. You ask me, what is your distraction? What's the distraction? The distraction is very simple. Distractions are the things that they were the obstacles that made you not succeed last year or this year. So any of those obstacles that stopped you, I don't care what it was, whether somebody broke your heart, whether, I don't know, whatever it is, that thing is a distraction that made you not achieve your goals for the year 2021. So I'm asking you to deliberately make a list of them and then make up your minds that these things, now that I've made a list of them, are not going to disturb me in the year 2022. You know what making a list is going to help you do? When that thing shows up again, you immediately know this thing affected my business last year. I'm not going to allow it. And so you begin to dodge it or starve it or avoid it just because you're trying to focus on how you want to grow your business. Now you have a target. If it is 12 million at the end of the year, you know you must make 1 million by the end of this month. And if you failed on this month, you know your money is increasing next month so that you can hit your target. Now, whatever your target is, you know, right? So what I want you to do, there's something called Atomic Habits. It's a book somebody wrote. But the concept was that if you improve yourself 1% every day at the beginning of the year, by the end of the year, how many days are there in a year? 365 days. Let's just remove 65 days. Say all those weekends and things you want to chill out. So if you're improving yourself 1% every day, by the end of December 2022, you would have improved yourself by 300%. Just 1% every day. And 1% is not too great. To just improve something you did from yesterday and make 1% better. So if you bring that thinking into your business, how do you increase your business by 1% every day to make it better, such that you would have improved yourself by 300% in your business by the end of the year 2022? Improved how you market, improved how you sell, how you close, include how you just improve your whole general business just by 1%. The things that are very successful in life, like a day that rises and goes down, is successful. The Harmattan and summer that goes, winter, Harmattan, spring, all those things are successful. The sun itself is successful. But what does it do? It's consistent. It comes in the morning, it goes down in the night. Consistency, atomic habits. So you need to install a routine for yourself. And I just want to advise that the hardest of whatever you think you need to do them first in the morning. Do the hardest things in the morning where you have the most strength. Then after, do any other thing. His advice, do the hardest things, but make sure those things are do the things that are clients getting. If you need to write something to get clients, every day, write that thing in the morning. If you need to drop message in WhatsApp group to get clients every day, make sure you are able to do it in the morning, or at least plan for it in that morning so that when it's time, you just give it to the person who will post it. Whatever you need to do, the hardest of the things, try to do it in the morning. Dedicate 2 hours in a day in whatever you do. 1 hour to create material or promotions that will bring customer to you. Whatever that is, be it on Facebook, on WhatsApp, whatever that is. I've been calling WhatsApp. Maybe you don't know. There are channels called WhatsApp TVs. Some of you know, some of you don't know, where you can advertise your products. And these channels have 10,000 people, 11,000 people, 20,000 people. For 5,000, 6,000, 10,000 naira, they will be able to promote your products. Think if you have not thought about it, think about doing that for the year 2022. You need to expose your business more. All right, let's move on. It's impossible to achieve your goals and your plans for the year if you don't have an accountability partner, a mentor, a coach to get you where you are going. Many times, if we don't tell somebody else our goal, like we are trying to achieve 12 million next year, or 24 million next year, or 50 million, if we don't tell somebody external out of ourselves, we will not keep accountability. After a while, we will start out, but later we'll just say, I beg, it's okay. But if we do so, then we know that instantly, what do we have to do? Because that person is going to ask us next week. So how far? What are you doing? You plant 250,000 every week, Abi? So last week, what were yours? How much did you make last week? Why? What did you do? So if you have somebody like that, that's asking you questions, that's on your neck, an accountability partner, even if the business is your own, it doesn't matter. You still need to be reporting to somebody. A board of advisors, somebody higher than you, somebody that you respect, somebody that you don't want to come back and tell stories. That will force you to rethink, engineer, motivate you to, accountability, so that you don't drop the ball. All right. Next thing is you need to build trust in your business. Nobody does business with you until they know you, they like you, or they trust you. And how do they know you? How do they trust you? You have to be available where they can reach you. And many times nowadays it's Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram or your website. You need to be on social media or you have your own website where people can be seeing you. How do you build trust? What's your track record? So are they seeing what you have done, or are they seeing testimonials of people? That's why it's important that in your business, make it a habit to collect testimonies. So collect it either by video or by write, or somebody wrote you, screenshot it, or have them write it to you in a mail or whatever. Just ask them, the product I showed you, how do you find it? Whatever he writes, that's testimony. Make sure you collect testimony, because when you are selling later, when somebody sees all the testimonies of people who have done business with you, it's very easy to do business with you. If you don't have testimonies, demonstrate competence. You can use video marketing on wherever your clients hang out. If they're on Instagram, demonstrate what you can do. So think about it. In the year 2022, build trust. Build trust. Build trust. The reason why people don't buy from people is because they are afraid. They don't have confidence in the person they're about to buy from. Or they don't have confidence in the product the person is selling. Or they feel they're about to be scammed. So you need to think ahead. What is the objection in this person's mind? How can I make sure that this person doesn't think I'm a scam? So you address objections, put guarantees, make your offer impossible to resist. We'll get there. Let's move. So what's your message? You need to have your unique voice. If everybody's selling bole, so you two are selling bole, how do you make yours different? How do you make yours different? How do you make yours stand out? You need to think about it. That's why you see some people, some restaurants in the US, they have opened up. Some say they are the healthy breakfast. It's still breakfast they are selling, but they have positioned themselves as a health alternative. So you need to, what I'm trying to say is that you need to find your unique voice. You might sell the same thing, but what can you use to stand out? Maybe your time for delivery, your customer support, your guarantee, your experience, the respect, the after sales, whatever it is. What's that unique message that you have? And then what's the unique market you have? I always advise people, don't go for everybody as your customer. Single out a certain type of people for a customer and then increase your price. For example, if you only sold for bankers, doesn't mean that other people who come, you will not sell for them, but you're targeting, those who you target is bankers. You already know the kind of price they can afford. You already know, as you hone down on them, you can increase your price. So what's your market? Focus on them. Who is most vulnerable to your offer or product? Who needs it the most? Is what I'm trying to say. I'll give you an example. There's this eye vitamin in the market. If they tell me the eye vitamin is 40,000, I'll be like, get lost. I don't need it. But for pilots that needs his eye to be okay, they used to normally test them every now and then so that they don't make mistake. They know that they can lose their job if their eyesight goes bad. So they will be ready to pay anything for the best eye supplements. So that's what I mean by who is most vulnerable to your product. Who needs it the most? That's who you should be talking to. You shouldn't just sell to anybody. Some people, they'll just price you anyhow. Go to who needs your product the most. I want you to think about it for this year, 2022. And then what media? I mean, what social media? What are you using TV? Are you using radio? Are you using social media? Are you using the internet? How are you going to meet them? Where are your customers hanging out? Are your customers people who listen to radio? Then you should go and do radio ads. Are they people who watch TV? Then do that. Are they people, whatever it is, your customers? What products do they buy? What conferences do they attend? Etc. 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 Find where they hang out and then find a way to reach them through that media. What magazines do they buy? Then make a commitment to yourself. Install a success habit that you do every day to get new clients. Whether it is creating a video every day and putting it up on Instagram or LinkedIn or YouTube, whatever that is, create a habit that you're going to be putting on. Remember I said 1% better every day. Curate or compile what your customers are saying. I said this is very important. What your customers are saying, compile it. If they're happy about you, whatever they said, write it. If they're angry, whatever they said, write it. What are their dreams? What they are trying to achieve, write it. Everything that they say, you know why? Because when it comes to marketing, you have enough material from the words that your customers said to be able to market back to them because you now know what the customer wants. You're not guessing. You're using even the wording. When people see your write-up or your advert or when you are speaking, they were like, it's like you get me. It's like you really understand us. They don't know that because you have made a conscious effort to write these things down, compare what your customers are saying, then follow the numbers, track your numbers, have a dashboard. What do I mean by dashboard? If you are driving a car and your dashboard shows you the fuel when it's full and when it's half and when it's empty. So you should be able to do that for your business too. You should have some numbers that you're tracking to know whether you are going in the right direction or you're not going in the right direction, that you will not hit your target. If you know you miss your month 1 or month 2, or you miss 1 week or the other, you know that you need to catch up to fill up the other weeks so you can hit your 12 million target or 24 million, depends on what you're targeting. So build a consistent follow-up system. This is very important. Why do I say this is important? Because many people know how to market, but people don't know how to do follow-up. And follow-up is where the marketing, the sales is really in. People are busy in their life. Sometimes they want to buy your product, but they are just busy, they are forgotten. You must have a system to be able to consistently reach out, to remind people at least 8, 10 times, maybe twice a week, once a week. Keep on reminding them until they say, no, I'm not interested. And even that, give them like a month or two and come back again. Because they may be in another point in their life where things have changed. So, like I said, gather what your customers are saying. Gather things about their pains and needs. Gather things about your service, what they are saying about your service. Gather what they are saying about the competition. The idea is so that you will know what they are doing well and not doing well, and where you can have an edge over them. Trust I'm making sense. For the year 2022, think about it. Gather what customers are saying about their pains, about their needs, so you can have enough wording for your marketing material. Then gather what they are saying about your service, so you can know how to improve, your products or services. And then gather what they are saying about your competition, so you can know where your competition is failing and what you can do better, so that customers will prefer to come to you than them. Finally, create an offer too good to resist. So who are you the absolute best choice for? Like, remember when I talked about the pilot eye supplements? Who is your business the best for? And for what problem? If your prospects are smart, why would they pick you? In other words, if all my competition does what I do, how do I make myself still different such that my customers and clients will leave all of them and still want to come to me? What do I do such that my customers will say, I must be mad to leave this guy and go and do business with somebody else? So you need to create an offer that is too good, is too good to resist. They call it an irresistible offer. Some people call it the Godfather offer. And your offer is made up of your products, the bonuses, the terms of payment, your unique selling proposition, your value proposition, who it's for, and all these other things that I've written down here, the urgency, how you package it. And you can do this even for physical products, is how you put it together. So there's more to the psychology of selling, but I'm just giving you all these things. You don't even need to implement all of them. Just, I'm sure maybe you are doing screenshots and whatnot. Just take a few and begin to implement into your marketing system for the year 2022 and see how you're going to skyrocket. You are going to beat other people who didn't have a plan. They just got products, hit the market, and they are selling. When you, as a strategy, you're about to move to the next level. So I've come to the end of this program. You can follow us on Facebook at iVEN Consults. That's my handle, Mokli_Otnell, and you can follow us on Instagram too as well at iVEN Consults. And whenever you are ready to talk with us with respect to accountability coaching, because you might need to, I would imagine, move to the next step, like, okay, this is what I'm planning to do, but I need a guide to help me along the way. Somebody to track me down on every week or every 2 weeks. How am I doing with my goals? Somebody to hold my hand, right? So if you need those kind of things, feel free to reach out to the number that you see. It's a WhatsApp number right there. And that's our website, or you email that email that you have there. So if you have any questions at this time, I would like to take it. If not, it's been a lovely time. This video is, I think this training is recorded, so we will have it for keeps. All right, thank you very much. Dr. Becky.
Okay. If anyone has questions, kindly just raise your hands. So I would just open up, unmute you, and then you can speak. Thank you. Or you can unmute yourself and speak if you have questions. Bingpe, do you have questions? You can unmute yourself and ask your questions.
No, I don't. Thank you.
So sorry, Bingpe, I missed that. Did you have questions? No questions.